It is now about a month since I last posted and shared that I got married on October 7th. I wanted to tell you a story that I haven't told you yet. You know, I talked about Jamaica a couple of times, and basically Jamaica just was amazing. We had a really great time, but we almost didn't make it. We weren't gonna do it in the first place. We thought, okay, let's just wait until later. We wanted to take all the children. My husband has children, I have children, and we were gonna take the whole family, but we couldn't get renewed passports in time for some of the kids. So we were like, well, maybe we just won't go, we'll go later. But then something laid in my spirit that, you know what, we should go. We should go without them. Not to just, steal away, but sometimes you should. And so it was in my spirit that we should still go to Jamaica. So we found where we wanted to go. Everything just started to line up and just worked out. But we got to the airport and we were running a little bit late. And then we discovered that there was a form we were supposed to fill out that we had not filled out. We thought for sure we were not going to make it. We were just going to go right back home. But then we said, okay, let's try to just fill it out anyway. And they took our form and accepted them, even though it was getting really close to the cutoff time. Then the second hurdle, we get up to the gate to check in and they're telling us, oh no, they closed the gate. And we're like, oh, you just let somebody through. You're closing the gate now. Oh no. We waited about 20 minutes later, after wondering if we should just leave, after trying to find another flight from a different airport, they suddenly opened it. Oh, it's back on. And the people who waited were able to go. We were two of those people. Looked like we were on our way to Jamaica. Finally, we got through and we're on the plane and we're going to Jamaica. Then I never got my COVID test results back. You need those to get into the country. And I'm looking and I'm trying to call and I can't reach anybody because it's too early. I finally land in Jamaica and I'm calling from there. Can I get my test results? Can I get my test results? Finally get to the place where we're going through customs, and just then I have my test results. Just in time again, only to find out they didn't need them, that I didn't need them. But thank God I had them. So the point is, this trip was touch and go for such a long time. But when we finally got there to Jamaica, it was gorgeous. And it just felt like it was the right thing to do, to unwind and just celebrate each other, because we knew that God had done something beautiful by putting us together, and we wanted to celebrate that and not just let it go like a regular thing, like an everyday thing, because we could just keep living life like, oh, okay, that's done. It's the business of that is done. And no, it wasn't that long ago that one morning I woke up hearing, you should live and not die. We should celebrate love. We should celebrate health. We should celebrate new strength and new ideas and focus and peace and promise. And so I was like, no, we're going to celebrate. And so while we're there, we're looking up at the stars every night and just enjoying it. The last day, in between horseback riding and going to snorkel, or was it after the ATVs? I don't remember. But in between activities, we go and we take a little lunch where they prepare jerk chicken for everybody. So we go and find a picnic table that's empty. We put our wet towels down, we put our shoes and whatever else we could find just to mark our table. We go up to get our jerk chicken, and as soon as we come back, we notice that there's somebody at our table. They could have chose anywhere else, but they sat at our table in this COVID environment. And we're like, okay. So we sit down with our little food and we try to just, ignore them and not, share any germ with strangers. Next thing you know, she's like, your ring is very beautiful. And so I'm like, oh, thank you so much. And I noticed she had an interesting ring on. I didn't know if she was married because it was like three colorful bands. And I was like, oh, your ring is very interesting. Left it at that. My husband, who was gone to use the bathroom, comes back and I tell him, oh, she was just complimenting my ring. And then he looks down and noticed that his ring was gone. This is the first time he noticed it. We probably wouldn't have noticed it if she hadn't complimented my ring. There we are. His ring is gone. We're wondering what to do. He's like, stay here. I think I may know. I'm going to go check. So he's gone. And I'm sitting there like, oh, Lord, help him find this ring. How could he lose this ring? Lord, we just got the ring. We just got married. How could this happen? I'm not going to stress out. I'm not going to freak out. God, you're with us. I'm not going to worry. He comes back, didn't find the ring. He thinks of somewhere else. He gets going. So finally she says to me, and she's this pretty girl, blonde hair. Her husband and her, they look pretty young and all new and bubbly. And she's like, did he just lose his ring? And I said, yeah, he did. And she's like, you know what? There's a website that we use and we have multiple rings now because there's a friend of ours who, I don't know what he did for the company or whatever, but he has a code that he uses and he gets everything free, and he extended it to us because we're his friends. Let us give you this code so that you can get some rings free. All you have to do is pay for the shipping, and it's unlimited. So you can get a couple or a few, and then you can have a collection. And you can choose some that are high end and some that are low end when you don't want to wear something too fancy. I'm like, oh, that's so nice of you. Here they are, these people, they don't know us, and they're offering such a beautiful, beautiful gift. You know, when somebody gives you something and they're a stranger, sometimes you look at them like, you may feel a little skeptical. But weeks later, when the ring came and he finally got it, and it looked beautiful on his finger, we realized how valid everything was from these people who didn't know us, who didn't want anything from us, who sat at our table when we didn't really want them to, and who were a blessing to us. They were just there at the right time to be a blessing. And I just think about how amazing God is to do such a thing. And it just reminds me that wherever we go, he's with us. It also reminds us that whatever concerns us concerns him. It also reminds us that he is a provider. He is a great provider, no matter what the situation looks like. And so it occurred to me that, whoa, I hadn't told anybody about this miracle that, you know, to somebody else, it may not seem like a big deal, but it was what we needed at that time. And before we even knew we needed it, God had done it. Now we have 3 rings. He lost one, but now we have 3 because he got a second one and then I have one to match. And so, you know, one thing lost, but God is a restorer. He'll give double and he'll restore 7 times. You know, he's a great, great God who will do all those things for any of his people who will believe on him and trust him and take him at his word. So I just wanted to talk about how good God is and how he uses anybody, anywhere, to be a blessing to us. I think that is just a really good time to remember that. Sometimes somebody sits at your table and you don't know what they're about to do, but they're about to bless you. They're about to bless you. And so, when you don't expect it and in a place where you didn't expect it. And how can I let that go without sharing it? It makes me happy. I thank God that that live and not die is for all of us. And so, I have a lot of living to do, and I believe you do too. I'm excited about what he's doing all our lives, who will trust him? He's good, and it's amazing. And I had to share it. And I just want to say God bless y'all, and happy Tuesday. Bye. Mwah.